Hitting record. Alright, so TougeSW Season 2, Episode 9. The dates 4/3/2025. Just in case this ever becomes a podcast versus my video vlogging stuff on the car subjects. Alright, so next. Who am I? I'm the Wandering Raven. I used to drive the 1987 Nissan 200 SS12. It's been blown up for now 5 years. And it's been hard to touch my car since then because a couple days later after I basically destroyed the motor, my mom passed away, and it's been really hard because that was like the last thing she'd seen me happy in doing. And yeah, been a hard thing. So, but I've been gaining a lot of momentum this past year. I've been pushing myself harder, being more motivated about it, trying to get out in the track more on, just a spectator to keep myself motivated. Um, it's really hard, really, especially when you don't have friends to hang out with or anything. So I'm trying. I am really trying. Do you miss the days I used to go out to the track? Load up like 6 or 8 tires in the back of the hatch and do my work and just go straight out to the track at night. Or the weekends on during times like this, I would have it all ready on the day before, and I'd go up early, get up really early, and try to make it during the time, and good times. So yeah, Wandering Raven. I've been drifting cars since I came back in 2011. Did a lot of Toge Northwest when I was up in 2010. Um, I did mostly autocrossing, but I was learning to drift in that 2000 Pontiac Firebird. Believe it or not, I was getting sideways in it. It was not the ideal thing because you were basically using a lot of feinting because you're using power to weight ratio and a lot of power transferring just to do it because I was stuck in an automatic mode and you have no real good control over the motor and keeping RPMs high when you're doing it. Being a V6, torquey V6, it it needed work. It's a very heavy car. Someone loved my first S12 when I went up there. Had an 84 that I brought down from Yakima to Oregon. But the sad part is when I got chased out of Oregon, when I was held against my will, basically my life and my career was actually hanging on a balance because of the next partner that is currently, I guess, just sitting in jail. So that's his fault, I guess. I don't know. I guess ever since I left, he pretty much has really taken a side turn of I guess his whole past was catching up to him, I guess. Anyway, um, Toge Northwest was my inspiration for Toge Southwest when I came back to Vegas. Knowing that I was going to be stuck here in Vegas. So here we are. Here's what I've started and began. The whole idea of Toge Southwest beginning was to kind of mirror what Toge Northwest was. But Vegas is a different breed. Definitely not the same thing. A lot of different things go down in weird ways. Um, yeah, that's pretty much what I am and what Toge Southwest is. So it it became my vlogging for now. Hopefully in the future it'll be more of a podcast in the future. Hopefully we'll get more of the ideas of getting more people on, more talks about it, more the more I can get back on the track, the more I throw down, the more I can actually go do wild things again. To where I make a name for myself again. This brand will actually hit out and become the next thing for the Southwest. Or at least that's my plan. And hopefully I can get more people on board in the future when that happens. And so for now, it's just a vlog to get started. Hopefully in the future I'll get other enthusiasts that'll actually want to build their stuff and start blogging their experiences. Maybe make little racing teams who can do the same thing, you know. But other than that, this is just a single person, just me. So moving forward, the drift car, which is the 1987 Nissan 200 S10 or no 200 SX S12 Sylvia. So let's see. Let's begin from the beginning, shall we? Start with the small things. Oh shit, dude! Look at this. Right. It's upside down, but the signal live. 4 diodes. The diode for like the wiring. It required like a diode for like sending an actual signal, a one-way signal, because the current pack and igniter setup, it was sending like a oh no. I'm gonna have to check the igniter, but yeah, I'll get more on it. I had to put like 4 diodes into one line so it can hit this. It's a one-way travel for a signal to go through. So I split wires down on the coil pack. So. Alright. Now it's upside down. Watch it move. That can't be accurate. That's definitely not accurate. As you see it, if you see that dial, it's going really slowly. Definitely idling about like 1500 right now. So something else I've noticed that something just sounds weird from the exhaust side, but that actually goes away when it warms up finally. But other than that, it was just freaking barely going up, which I'm thinking something is related to this power issue that I got now. So that's that thing. I got basically the video. This video itself was to show that I finally got power to this. So what's the next video? All right, the wiring. The coil pack wiring right here. It's janky, but this is only for test because I'm going to make a jumper out of this and the other harness that I have, and basically probably just end up cutting it right here and wiring it into the other side. And this, I've created this. All these are diodes in the center. I kind of just plugged them in like that, soldered them into one connection, and then it goes to the back of here. Alright, kind of tapped into a wire right here. On the FSM, it says it's this wire, but on here, it's this wire, which is the green and red or brownish red. It's the only one that sits right here. This is the actual tag signal. Try to trace it back using this back here. I don't know where it goes. Because on a normal, when I had the, I don't know where that wire went. Because when I had long, I've never. Yep. This is where I was trying to put it all together, but all of a sudden I wasn't getting, got a little bit of power, then all of a sudden it no longer gave me power, which was really weird. But, alright. This is what it was doing. That part was like at least idling down about 400 RPMs and definitely not degreasing because there's something going on with the wiring here. The coil pack, something was weird. It was really going on. That's the bad. That is the total bad. And all I did was connect the diodes up, connect it to the thing, but that shouldn't have really done anything. Let's check out my new phone. And that main power. This is basically just the same thing. I couldn't get any power to the coil packs. So yeah, I don't need to keep going with these videos. Because I already gave the updates. Technically, if you want to see the full videos, they're on my Instagram. And technically on my TikTok as well, but that's going away, I guess, in a day, so more political shit going down. Um, but my other S12 doing great. So here's another good thing. Here's another one. Not my drift car, my daily car. It's been kind of cloudy for the past couple days. Yeah, this is the 1986 one that I drive. I daily drive, like more my little boombox. Yeah. And all I did was switch out some well some wires and everything's working great. So okay, so now we're gonna hit the ugly. Alright. Didn't have a wiring diagram this time, but I think next time I'm gonna once I figure out what the heck is going on, hopefully my igniter just didn't fry out or something. So what I'm gonna do is next week I'm gonna have a diagram of every of the wiring that I've done. I'll show you how the back wiring has been completed. I need to get that pulled out so I can trace the wiring where it's at. And when I can do that, I want to be able to display it as a better way of showing you. It's like that is the ugly part though, is figuring out what happened. I lost power to like a huge circuit on the whole harness, and like I'm suspecting because it's a hybrid harness between a 97, 87 and 88. When I acquired the car was really hacked up and in a mess, and yeah, all that fun stuff. And a hot take: best wells are here. This is a Dorothy Dory shirt, so not sponsored or anything. They're really cool. I love the shirt. It's like it's all the chassis on one shirt. All the S chassis from S12. Alright, so what's next? 13 minutes down. Vegas trip on Sunday. I'm gonna have a lot of coverage for that. I'm not gonna show up like right at the beginning, but I'm gonna show up like I normally do. Midday, couple hours, take some pictures, do some video. My phone doesn't overheat, the new phone. So it might actually do some good to get some testing on that. So I might actually may try a little small little live vid. So come on Twitch if you want to see it. Anyways, that's it. Biggest Chicken Sunday. Gonna be a fun day. And next, what's if I don't have nothing to do tomorrow when I get home from work, I'm probably gonna go in and start testing out the igniter part, making sure none of those wirings got fried. I'm gonna have to make sure the igniter didn't get fried somehow. Because I don't see how it would have. Because diodes is only going one direction. Um, Maybe I have the diodes backwards, but I don't think so. So, um, I don't think there is a way you can do a diode backwards, but if I did, that might have been what caused it at the moment. I'm just gonna have to find out. I mean, it's kind of weird. Could make sense on why it's not working the way it should. Um, so yeah, it's gonna be some testing. I'm gonna have to rip out the wiring and find out what's going on, and I'm gonna have if that nothing's wrong with any of that, especially the igniter. I'm gonna have to look into the circuits that I've been borrowing power from for my E fans and stuff like that, and the ECU, and see what's going on. Because technically, this is ridiculous. You know, I'm tired of fighting with this stupid wiring that should just work and it's not working. I'm just like, I'm getting the harnesses and everything hooked up the way if I put like an S12 harness together, and everything else is just failing on me all of a sudden. Um, and if it actually ends up being an igniter, I got one more to work with, but I may have to look into doing the whole bypass igniter bypass without oil coils instead as its replacement. So let's hope I don't do that because that's like $500. I don't want it to sit another summertime of doing nothing. Like I'm so close. Hold on, before we're done, we need to do a closing, but what we need to do is let's go Excel quick. We're gonna do a quick check off list. Part of my closing. We're gonna do what is needed, or what is left. What is left? Status. So right now, troubleshoot igniter. I'll ignite a igniter. I'll check it later. Troubleshoot igniter. Once that's in place, finish wiring in the driver's side. Finish cleaning up wiring under of the dash. Finish cleaning up the E-fan wiring. Fix the throttle cable because it needs to get shortened a little. 1/2 inch. So we're doing a checklist. So next week, what I'll do is I'll bring up this checklist and we'll go down and make sure that everything's been done. Check fluid. Check fluid levels. Verify clutch function. Verify brake functions. Verify position. Plug holes in the firewall. Pretty much it. I think that's pretty much it. Clean up the car from the pollen, dust again. Sand and primer the rust spots. fix bumpers. Let's see. That's a big list, you know, before I can actually get moving. And that's all I've done. Clean up. Um, Ground Vic wheels. Fine. Fine tires for Brown Vic wheels. Technically, I think I'm gonna clean them up and paint. I might just keep them black, maybe like a flat black. Maybe plastic dip them for now, and we'll go with those. That's if I get all this done and everything's working. Then I'll be jumping down here. So, so we got a lot of cleaning. We got a lot of fixing. Check fluids, check function, verify transmission. Basically, I want to make sure the clutch is operational. It's not squirting oil or fluids when I'm hitting it because it is low. I may have to do like a drain through maybe because it's been sitting for so long. Brake functions, make sure that's working. It is running the brake boost delete by Chase Base. Not sponsored either. I don't do sponsoring, so I don't know why I'm saying that. So I need to double check that's working. Make sure it's not too tight for the pressure. Make sure everything is going to work fine. Verify clutch, making sure I can push in the clutch and the car doesn't die. Or push in the clutch and it can shift while the car is running. So basically, I need to back the car out and back it in. Sure. Plug holes in the firewall because there's a giant hole in the firewall on the driver's side that I need to clear up. I did punch a saw through it at one time, so yeah, I have to clean it up and plug it because that's where I put the harness through. So, on the back of the car, passenger side, there's some surface rust showing on some bare metal area because the heat's gotten so bad that the paint actually chipped completely off. It had no clear coat left on it. And that's where it was damaged anyways, so I need to clear it up and primer it for now. So hopefully that'll work. And that's a big list, so we'll get through that. That's what I'm gonna be doing this week. So maybe that's more of like what's next. So we're gonna do this 04 05 2025. I'll save this somewhere personal, so pull into that where I put the stuff. That's it. That's the closing. Let's go previous. We got a lot to do. And so if there's any questions and answers, if you're in chat and you want to say something, go ahead. Free now. Could have done so at any time, but I figured to give a quick reminder. So, but if not, if you see this video, it's on YouTube or something, and you want to see and ask questions live, feel free to come down. I start this every Thursday night at 10 p.m. I normally stream games before then. You can always ask questions anytime. I stream on Twitch every Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Weekends is normally random. Sometimes I may show up a little late on the weekdays because I'm running late. I've been doing a huge project with work, so that I've also tried to hit the gym up after work, and I have to try to get food for myself after work. All that fun stuff. Alright, so, and that is pretty much it. Have a good night, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.